Hi, everyone. We're going to get started in just a few seconds. Just wanted to give a few more people a chance to get into the room. Joining us today is licensed clinical social worker Amy Coppa. Amy is part of the Samaritan Cancer Program and works primarily at our Newport and Lincoln City locations. We're so excited to have her with us today. Amy, thank you so much. If you're ready, I'll go ahead and turn the presentation over to you when you're ready.
Yes, I am ready. Thank you. All right, so today we'll be talking about cancer during the holidays. So traditionally, holidays are viewed as a time to celebrate. Many people enjoy reuniting with family and friends, exchanging gifts, and celebrating religious traditions. Those living with cancer and their loved ones may have a hard time feeling the holiday spirit. Today, we will talk about some strategies to cope with the changes cancer may have on the holiday season. It can be difficult to feel celebratory while managing treatment, medical decisions, care needs, or caring for a loved one. Thinking about the holiday rush and how you will be able to celebrate may feel overwhelming. According to a study by the National Alliance on Mental Illness, 63% of Americans report feeling too much pressure during the holidays. 57% feel the holidays present unrealistic expectations, and 66% feel lonely. Communicating with your loved ones can help them understand what you are going through and when and where you may need help. But when it comes to asking for help, it can be hard, especially if you're used to giving around the holidays. It's important to note, though, that family and friends often want to help those they love. They just may not be sure on how to offer what it is that you need. So when asking or being offered help from family and friends, be specific about your needs. I put in here a few ideas to communicate those specific needs. What you really want to do is, give either an idea or a list to that person who may be helping you to help direct that help. So here's a few ideas. I would love to cook a turkey for our family this year, but I need help with getting the heavy pan in and out of the oven. Would you be able to help me in the kitchen this Thanksgiving? Trimming the tree is an important tradition for me. Would you be able to help me with hanging some lights and ornaments? I would love to join you at the party next weekend, but I'm trying to limit my exposure in large groups. Would you be able to meet me for some hot chocolate before the party? So when you're sharing these, you don't need to go into the specifics of, your diagnosis or how you're feeling, but just asking for those helps. You'll be surprised how much friends and family will understand. All right. So it is okay to create a new holiday season tradition, especially one that's going to make the most of your energy. For instance, if entertaining is important to you, try relieving some of the pressure. So here are some ideas. You can absolutely come up with your own. You can suggest a potluck. That way everyone can bring their favorite dish, or you can focus on just one dish you really want to prepare. You can take turns hosting or try co-hosting. So you and another friend or family member may host either at your home or their home. You can order prepared meals or purchase prepared food items. Not everything has to be homemade and from scratch. Focusing that energy on, one or two things that may be the most important to you. You can dine out, go to a favorite restaurant, or get takeout from your favorite restaurant. And then include family and friends in your meal prep and decorating. You can sit back and just kind of dictate your friends going back and forth with putting up decorations or helping with cleaning or chopping up the onions if you want. So for those living with cancer and those who may have lost loved ones to cancer, it can be difficult to feel celebratory without that person there. Allow yourself to grieve and feel emotions. Let your feelings breathe. Tears can bring a sense of relief, laughter can be relaxing, and sharing can be comforting. What is most important is to focus on the present moment and enjoy your holiday celebrations in whatever form they take. Remember, the holidays are truly about renewed hope. Next slide. So we don't want to ignore grief, and there are some ways to help cope with it. Is there a new tradition you can do to honor that person? Choose what feels right to you. Ask family and friends for input on how they want to remember that person. You can include others in that tradition or take some time to yourself. And it's okay to seek out others for support as well. Sometimes talking with an unbiased person is what is needed. Talking with friends and family may not be enough to cope with the grief. So reach out to your social worker, attend grief counseling, meet with your pastor or chaplain, or attend a support group. And here are a few ideas for honoring those that have passed. You can write a letter to your loved one that has passed. This can be an opportunity to share your feelings if there are unresolved issues or things that were left unsaid. You can have a candle lighting vigil or ceremony in remembrance of your loved one, or support a cause that was close to his or her heart and yours. Volunteering your time or making a charitable donation in their honor. So wanted to also talk about mindfulness, especially as we are in the hustle and bustle season of the holidays. Mindfulness is a practice of gently focusing your awareness on the present moment. There are lots of different ways to learn and practice being present and enjoying each moment as it comes. So you want to try not to focus on the future or what things should be when practicing mindfulness. This can allow you to find fulfillment in each day. So here are a few ways to practice mindfulness. You can rest your awareness on your breath. This can be done anytime throughout your day, whether you're doing the dishes, surfing the internet, at work, or walking the dog. So I thought right now we'd go ahead and try a quick little breathing mindfulness exercise. So if you're sitting and you feel comfortable, that's great. Feel free to lie down or stand if you want. Whatever's going to be the most comfortable to you. If you would like, you can close your eyes. And I want you to start with just breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Take those deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Become aware of the sensation of your breath. Feel the rise and fall of the belly and chest. Feel the breath moving in your nostrils and out through your mouth. Do you notice how it feels cool on the inhale and warm on the exhale? Continue a few more deep breaths. Eventually, you'll likely notice that your mind has wandered, or perhaps you've gotten distracted by something going on around you. Simply bring the attention back to your breath. Without judging yourself or rating your performance, there is no objective other than being with the breath. Repeat this process over and over as you wish. You can practice for a set amount of time, set a timer, or for just as long as you want to in that moment. And when you're ready, open your eyes and we'll come back to our presentation. All right. A few other ideas with practicing mindfulness are mindful eating. So focusing on the texture of the food, the warmth or coldness of the food, or the flavor of the food. There are lots of ways to do this, and our social workers can definitely help you with finding more mindfulness strategies. Another is mindful walking, noticing what's around you, and mindful coloring or doodling. I really enjoy this one. You can try making patterns, curlicues, or various shapes. If you don't feel necessarily creative, which this doesn't require creativity, you can try tracing a pattern or coloring in shapes. Below is an example of a mandala. That is something you can Google, just mandala, and this I think came up in the first page of what I had searched for. And very easy to color in, or just enjoy the simple brush strokes or pen strokes of tracing the shape. All right, so the season and spirit and holidays. For the last few years, the COVID pandemic left us celebrating holidays differently than the past. Others may be getting back to normal and eager to resume past traditions, but those living with cancer may view normal through a different lens. Let your loved ones know what concerns you may have about gathering, travel, or other needs to enjoy your holiday together. And talk to your healthcare team about upcoming special events. They may be able to adjust your appointment date to accommodate travel or other plans. So we'll talk a lot about communication here and talking to your loved ones. So let them know what traditions are most important for you to celebrate this year. Are there ways to adapt your tradition to make the most of your energy? What can your family or friends help with so you can enjoy your tradition? And what are you okay with letting go? Your loved ones will understand. All right, so holiday goals. Chemo brain and just feeling overwhelmed can make it difficult to remember or get organized. To maintain realistic goals, make a list of your holiday activities. Sometimes seeing your traditions and goals outside of your thoughts may help you to gauge what is a priority and what you can let go. So while you may have always hosted the holiday party, baked cookies for your entire neighborhood, and spent time handwriting all your holiday cards, this year you may want to focus on one or two of your favorite traditions. And try to be flexible with your time. It is okay to decline an invitation or two so you have the energy to enjoy the gathering that is most important to you. And then try to plan tasks around your energy. You may know what days or how many days after or before treatment you have the most energy or feel the best. Start with plan A, but you can go to plan B too if necessary. And plan B may just be staying at home and enjoying a movie rather than going out to that party that you had planned on. And spend time with the people who lift your spirit. Be with people who make you happier and not those who drag you down. Don't feel like you have to spend time around negative relatives just because it's the holidays. When you have limited time and energy, it's best to spend it with the people who matter most. Enjoy those special moments with your loved ones and try not to focus on your cancer. All right, so for gatherings, again, to reiterate, attend only the parties and events you really enjoy. And have an exit strategy in case fatigue sets in. Your loved ones will understand if you need to go home earlier than you had planned. Just showing up to an event is usually more than enough, but if you must bring something, ask if you can bring simple items, such as drinks, ice, paper towels, napkins, things like that. Whether large or small, gathering with others can bring joy. It doesn't have to be a party to still have an enjoyable time. Simple things like sharing a dessert, having coffee, or watching a movie with your loved one are all ways to spend time with those that you love. So get into the holiday spirit at your own pace. Listen to holiday music, watch those holiday movies, or just drive around to look at the Christmas lights with your loved ones. And coping with separation. So for everyone, travel may not be an option this year. So we can try to plan some ways to stay connected to those you love. These may seem simple, but sometimes when we're caught in the hustle and bustle of the holidays, it can be hard to see, a path to stay connected. So phone calls, simple as that may seem, you can schedule a phone date or reach out as you're able. Talking is a great way to feel connected, even if it's just leaving a message. I know we text so much that we don't often get voicemails from our family or friends, so it could be nice to hear someone's voice on the other end. Using video calls, FaceTime, things like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger. If you haven't used a video chatting before, ask a family or friend to help get you set up, especially before that holiday event, if possible. And then emails or texting. It may not feel the same as a handwritten card, but texts are a really fast and easy way to stay connected. If you have trouble with texting, you may be able to do a voice prompt and send a voice note or use a talk-to-text feature as well. All right, if gift giving is an important tradition, you can try the following to lessen your time and energy commitment. So trying online shopping or curbside pickup. You can have gifts delivered to your home or directly to your loved ones. That will also save you a trip and waiting in line at the stores and post office. You can use gift bags or utilize wrapping services. For instance, the Samaritan Cancer Resource Center is offering some free holiday gift wrapping in December. There are many stores and charitable organizations that also offer this service, many of them for free. And then make a gift of sharing your thoughts and feelings. So like we said before with communication, phone calls, text, or just writing a short note are all ways to let others know that you are thinking about them. And holidays are a special time, a spiritual celebration for many people. If you're well enough, plan to attend your place of worship. And if you feel fatigued, it's okay to leave early. If you're unable to attend your place of worship in person, there may be virtual options available to you. Some churches have recordings or their sermons online. There may be members of your church that can come to you. If you are hospitalized or away from home for treatment, you may be able to visit the hospital chapel or have the hospital's chaplain come meet with you. All right, so communication. While it is important to be open about how you're feeling, it's just as important to set some boundaries when talking about your health. You may find yourself answering the same questions over and over. People may ask about the type of cancer you have, treatments you've had or might undergo, or your outlook. They may ask about other personal details that you may not be willing to share. They may even express their own fears and anxieties about your cancer. This could be really difficult to hear. And having these types of conversations, especially over and over when you meet with people during the holidays, can be very tiring. So what do we want to do is set some boundaries. By setting boundaries, you can be honest about your needs while still enjoying conversations with those in your life. There are strategies you can use, whether you're talking with your closest friends, family, or acquaintances. So one idea is to try gently changing the subject to steer the conversation in another direction. Simply acknowledging that they are concerned about you. I appreciate your concern, but can we talk about something else? You can spin the conversation in another direction, letting them know, I don't feel comfortable talking about my cancer today. Let's talk about something else. Or lastly, enough about cancer. How are you doing? Tell me something about what's been going on new with you. You're not being rude. It's your private health information. You can share or not share what you want. Be here around the corner, reflecting on a year gone by. Reflecting on the year enables us to acknowledge and honor what we've been through, what we've learned, and how we can take those lessons into the new year. It gives you an opportunity to pause, untangle your thoughts, and hold space for yourself. Here are some questions that may help you with your reflection. What are your best memories from this year? What are some of your biggest successes from this past year? What did you do this year that you never considered doing before? What are you grateful for, and what do you appreciate from this past year? Any lessons learned during your cancer journey this past year? All right, take some time to slow down. Sometimes the holidays get so busy we forget to relax. Allow yourself to do less than you're accustomed to during this time of year. Strike a balance between downtime and social time. Set aside days where you don't have much planned so that you don't wear yourself out this holiday season. Find what's meaningful to you. Give yourself plenty of you time and do what makes you happy. Remember the reason for the season. Think about what the holiday season means to you and your family. Don't get too wrapped up in what might be missing or what traditions aren't being kept. Everything does not need to be perfect to have a wonderful holiday. Remember what the holidays are truly about and focus on the present moment. All right, acceptance. Our society creates an expectation of having a perfect holiday time. We see this in commercials, stores, a lot of holiday movies, and subconsciously we can buy into this. It can be difficult to wonder about the future. There are so many uncertainties as you contemplate the year ahead. Acceptance of your emotions means telling yourself you're going to feel sad today, and that's okay. Acceptance means allowing yourself to feel grief for times lost. When you find acceptance for where you are and what you are feeling, you can release the judgment of it. Try to look around in your life for one thing that you can appreciate right now and focus on that. Try to appreciate and feel gratitude for whatever that little thing is. It doesn't have to be big, it just needs to be real. And even in dark times, there is still beauty in our life. We just have to look for it. All right, a few takeaways from today. It can often be hard on ourselves when we can't accomplish what we want, especially during the holiday season. Be honest with yourself and your loved ones about your holiday goals and traditions that may be changed. Communicate your needs. It is okay to ask for help. And celebrating alone can be very difficult, so find balance in accepting some invitations or stay connected through communication. And when celebrating, focus on the tradition rather than how cancer has changed a holiday or special occasion. All right, definitely will open up some time here for questions. I put a little, I thought was funny at least, comic in here. The bear says, time to put on my special New Year's outfit. And his rabbit friend says, that just looks like a blanket. And he wraps it around himself and says, indeed. So, all right, let me know if there's any questions I can help answer.
My mic's not working. Hello, thank you so much, Amy. Let's go over some information while our audience is typing their questions and comments. Please remember it's on the questions menu. So if you need anything related to cancer information, books, questions, contact us at the Samaritan Resource Center. You can see their phone numbers, our website, email address, and we're also in social media. Please contact us to learn more about the upcoming events. And if you have any question about cancer, this December we're having 2 events going on, free holiday gift wrapping. So call us to set up an appointment or send us an email and we'll wrap your presents for your loved ones for you. And by the last week of November and the first week of December, we'll be receiving needed items if you want to donate them for our cancer patients. We will be very grateful. And also you'll have the chance to color a card if you want to and write a message for our patients as well for the holidays. Next. Now let's see if we have some questions here that our audience has asked. And here we have a comment and a question for Amy. Easier way to adjust expectations when we are hardest on self that makes it hard to see options? Truly, it's a shift in thinking, and that takes time to learn new ways. How do we deal with this stress trying to find new balance in our lives?
Yeah. So today, I know we talked about a few different strategies to try to make some of those adjustments, but that doesn't mean it'll be easy to do that. It can be hard to let go of those expectations, whether you have them for yourself or with your family or friends or loved ones. So, sometimes just talking about that as it is, just saying, it's really hard for me to let go of this tradition that we used to do. But I can't do it this year, whether it's the energy, dealing with symptoms or side effects of treatment or cancer, just being honest about what it is, being honest with yourself and being honest with your loved ones. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy or may not have the outcome that you really were hoping for, but you can still find some joy in that moment. And if you take the time to look at those traditions that you have and see how you can make adjustments, you may find yourself with more energy and able to do one or two of those things that you really look forward to each year.
Thank you for your answer. And also thanks for the audience. We've had experienced some audio issues, so I hope it didn't affect you so much. But thanks so much for staying with us. Is there another question there? I cannot see more questions, only comments thanking Amy for your presentation and for the information that you've shared with us today. So with that said, if anybody has questions or you would like to tell something in private just to Amy, our social worker, feel free to send an email to the Cancer Resource Center, and we'll make sure to send it to Amy and make sure that you get your answer. We have another question. Suggestions on when we step in and realize too much and in the middle of something we need to exit.
So you may have thought, today was the day I'm going to have all this energy. I'm ready to do a day of shopping or going to this party that you had been planning on. Your loved ones will understand if you have to leave early, or if you have to, maybe you had planned to bake a dish that you were planning to bring to the Christmas dinner, but it just didn't happen. Either you didn't have the time or the energy or the endurance to stand in the kitchen for that long. Honestly, being open with your family and communicating that, they will understand. You can maybe have a backup plan. We talked about a plan A and a plan B. So plan A may have been staying for the entire party, and that plan B may be leaving after an hour. Maybe plan A was, baking that lasagna that you do every year. Plan B may just be a, Stouffer's frozen lasagna. The thing that's important is the being together, or celebrating that tradition in your own way. Sometimes that favorite meal doesn't have to be exactly on that holiday. You may find energy 2 days later and can still make that favorite dish that you have. So it may be some adaptations to the way the holiday is spent or the tradition of that day, but you can still do those traditions on a different day with your loved ones, on the phone, in person, just making those adjustments. And I think what's tough is we get so hard on ourselves. We want it to go a certain way. We want it to maybe be just like it was 4 years ago or 2 years ago. But things do change, times change, we change, our abilities change over time. And that's hard. It's not easy to accept, especially when everything around us can seem so perfect. But knowing too what's reality and what's not, and allowing yourself to accept where things are at, and will allow you to find some joy in that time too.
Thank you so much. I can see our audience is sending thanks, and thanks for your time, and thanks for the examples. And we are getting comments about how helpful this was for them. And so I want to, again, I will tell you that we appreciate your time and your willingness to share your knowledge with us and our audience. And to our audience, thank you so much to attending and for being with us today. And please fill out our survey that will show up at the end of the webinar. And without further ado, I want to tell you, have a great day. And this webinar, it's finishing right now. Goodbye and have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.